Alright, looks like everything's good here. I got the lights, I got the camera, I got that. Wait, something's not right. Why is that not? What's it? Ah, crap. Turned on the wrong camera. Alright, time to give myself a clap here, and we'll do the show. Right, okay. Okay, all right. Here we go. Okay, we're gonna start the show. A little rusty. It's been a couple weeks, so okay. Let's do this, shall we? Konnichiwa. Minasan, genki desu ka? Welcome once again, everyone, to another episode of The Road to Japan. My name is Nico. I will be your host as usual. And, well, it's been a couple weeks, so, you know, as a reminder, as usual, you can always watch this on YouTube now, so just hit up youtube.com, search for The Road to Japan, or you can always go to theroadtojapan.com/YouTube and check out the videos over there. Just a quick side note, though, I did notice that something's going on with the plugin that I have for YouTube on the website. I'm currently trying to either figure out how to fix that or maybe go with a different plugin altogether. The reason I'm mentioning this is because my videos are only getting limited to 12 on the page. So the other, like, my goal is to have the website have access to all the videos for the channel. So I was hoping that as the videos increase that, you know, it would just create like another page to go to or something along those lines, but now it's limiting it to 12, so I don't know necessarily how to fix that just yet. So you know, as long as if you're just going there to check out the most current videos, you'll still at least be able to see the 12 latest ones going up there. So anyway, just a quick side note on that. But I am in the process of fixing that. So anyway, there's not a terrible amount that I'm going to be talking about here. It might be probably close to a 3-part show, at least on the YouTube front. As I always say, the podcast will just be one seamless stream of my ramblings, so you won't have anything to worry about on that front. But to begin, looking at my agenda here, the big thing I want to mention right off the top is that next week is MGC, or, you know, as some call it, the Midwest Gaming Classic, which is happening in Brookfield, Wisconsin. It's happening at the Sheraton Hotel there. I, of course, will be in attendance, not for the show, because it's more like a gaming event, but this event was pretty much what brought me to Wisconsin and Milwaukee in particular. I'm trying to remember what my first year was 2010, which is when I attended my first MGC, and it was amazing. I mean, it was just not necessarily the games and stuff was really cool as well, but what I always get a kick out of is, you know, meeting the people, especially the people that I do this kind of geeky stuff with. So it was just a real pleasure to, you know, put faces to names that I only saw on forums in years past. And of course, now living here, you know, some of these people have become very close friends of mine. And I mean, even though I live here, it still gives me an opportunity to interact with people that are, you know, still out of towners, you know. So we have people flying, you know, from all over the country to come to this event. I mean, even in years past, we've had people fly from other parts of the world. I recall at least 2 friends that have flown in from Australia. And I think even one year, a fellow came all the way from Denmark. I want to say it was Denmark. I might be wrong on that. But it was somewhere in the Europe, you know, the Europe continent. But you know, it's just, it is an event that brings, you know, members of these, you know, geeky communities together. So I always look forward to it. I took, you know, some days off of work, just to, you know, to basically be like, available transportation for some of these individuals, because a lot of them, like me, when I originally was coming in, didn't really know what to do necessarily as far as getting around. Thankfully, when I was one of the people flying in, I had my friends here that were more willing to give me a place to stay, and as well as carting me around in their vehicles. So now that I'm one of the people that lives here, I want to kind of pay that forward. So, anyone who flies in and, is still hard up for a ride to get to, something, because not everything happens at the hotel. I mean, we do other stuff outside of that, because the event itself is only Saturday and Sunday, but some people fly in as early as Thursday. That's usually what I would do when I was flying in. And so, we still do stuff. The Thursday night, Friday night. I mean, yeah, it's just going to be a really good time. So anyway, I'm mentioning that partly because there's likely not going to be a show that weekend. I mean, kind of duh. My weekend's pretty much booked, because that Saturday and Sunday is like an all day thing. But I do plan on bringing my camera with me. I haven't decided if I'm going to do like a microphone thing. I may just deal with the onboard mic of the camera. I don't know. But I figured it'd be fun to, just get some footage at least of the event. I mean, tons of people, do this kind of thing where, they'll record all kinds of things going on. But there's stuff like, tournaments, and there's usually like really cool artwork as well. Like some artists will bring their stuff in for, to put up for sale and whatnot. So there's just a lot of cool things just to look at. And I mean, it's not a huge like cosplay event, but there are some people that walk around in costumes and stuff. So I figured it'd be fun to have the camera with me and get some footage of that stuff. So it won't be there won't be any proper show during that weekend, but you'll still get something out of it as I'm attending the event. So anyway, that's MGC. That's going to be next week, so look forward to that. Next up is just some quick updates. One of the reasons why I haven't really done a show for a while. For one, I finally finished and submitted my application to UWM, or known as the University of Wisconsin Milwaukee, because they do have several campuses throughout the state of Wisconsin. And while it's not 100% finished, it looks like everything's looking good so far. I have set up a meeting with a person. She primarily works to help students like myself, basically transferring from MATC, where I currently attend, to do my 2-year degree, and she helps to smooth out the process of transferring from MATC to UWM to continue on for the 4-year degree. So, because unfortunately her hours are the same hours that I'm usually working, because I took time off for MGC, I got in touch with her and I basically said, hey, look, I'm going to have some time off, over this, around this weekend, can we arrange a day and time to meet up and kind of get this stuff taken care of? And so that Thursday, the very first day I've got off for the huge weekend, I'm going to be heading over to the campus to finally meet with her and hopefully get things set up. Primarily, I want to get the placement test ready to go really, really soon for my Japanese studies. Because I know that I'm going to need to get that, taken care of pretty soon. Because I don't know how the semester works at UWM. I assume it's similar, at least, to how MATC works. So if I'm going off of that, then MATC, the semester ends somewhere around the end of May. So I figure I have that amount of time roughly to get everything set up and done with my placement test. But registration at MATC for next semester opens the 20th, which today we're at April 5th. So that's just a couple weeks from now. And I assume something similar is probably going to go on with UWM. So I want to make sure that I get that placement test done as soon as possible, so that once I know the results of that and my application's all completed and finished and I'm admitted and officially, going to be a student next fall at UWM, then I can register for those classes ASAP. So then I know what time slots I need to block out when I'm registering for classes at MATC. So it's just, it's a little, it's like a monkey wrench in there. But it's all I need to do is just plan and plot accordingly, and then everything will be smooth from there. So that's pretty much it as far as like school scheduling is going on right now. So obviously you'll get updates as time goes on. Probably in the next couple weeks when I do the next episode, you'll probably hear an update on that. But MGC is not the only event I'm going to be going to. Apparently, in a little over a month and a half, I'm going down to Chicago to attend Anime Central, or I guess some people call it ACEN. I don't know. It's usually abbreviated ACEN. But a friend of mine who attends these types of conventions, and actually will be at MGC as well, he's a friend of mine. He was planning on going with, I think, 2 of his friends, and they both ended up backing out. So he asked if I wanted to fill the spot, and I keep telling myself that basically when I moved to Wisconsin, that I was going to be more open to doing stuff like that, because when I lived in Oregon, I usually, I was like, yeah, that sounds kind of fun, but I'm really not interested. And I would just end up sitting at home all day, pretty much hating my life. So, whether or not I want to necessarily do it, which I like anime. I'm just not sure I'm like that much into anime to be wanting to go to a convention about it. But I figured, why not at least, give it a try and see what it's all about? Who knows? Maybe I'll really enjoy myself. I assume I'll enjoy myself anyway. I'm not saying that I'm going to be bored down there or anything like that. It'll be a fun little adventure over a weekend. So that's going to happen May 15th and 17th is what I have on my agenda. So more than likely, just like MGC, there probably won't be a show that week. But I will likely, again, bring my camera with me and, kind of do the same thing. That's definitely a bigger event happening in Chicago. So, if you one of my audience members are heading down there as well, let me know. It'll be cool to meet up and hang out and stuff. And but yeah, I'm definitely going to have the camera with me and, get all kinds of footage. So you can look forward to that.